Well, the reason why I watched Raw was because I heard about one match on it. And I said, I got to say, I know what's going to happen, but I got to see it because I'm interested in one of my boys, one of the future of the WWE, the guy who's going to be, or at least was going to be, the champion in a few years and is now potentially, I don't know, somehow sat on Triple H's dog in catering or something. My boy Austin Theory, the best young prospect. I won't say now the best young prospect. He's one of the best young in-ring talents. He was the best prospect until they started punishing. He's the only guy that's come out worse since Vince has been gone. Anyway, he has a single match with Seth Rollins. I'm okay. And again, there's they've had words or whatever, the Money in the Bank briefcase that is the only thing that poor Austin has left. But this is a heel match. And again, who's the goddamn heel? Can we at least, establish somebody? And Theory right now looks better physically than Seth does. So as they started having the match, Seth was working as the baby face. He was either that or they just want to make Theory look like shit because he was foiling all of Theory's efforts and he was in control. And went to the floor for a while. And then finally, Theory shoves Seth off the ropes out on the floor to start some heat. They go to the break. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, now all of his heat's going to be in break. But no, thankfully, when they came back, he was still getting the heat on old Seth. And again, Theory is remarkable at his age. The little things, the ring positioning and placement, the way he does stuff, just the whole athletic, physical presentation, he's got the little stuff. I would have loved to have had a kid like that in OVW. And finally, Seth fights back and hits a bunch of dives. And this is when I was thinking, and I know Seth's one of the best in-ring talents they've got in the company right now, but he works the modern style match. I would love to see Theory work against a really top in-ring guy from 30 years ago that was in his prime, not today. I'm not talking about he's 70 now or whatever. I'm talking about you transplant a really good worker. My God, a Terry Funk or goddamn whatever from 30 or 35 years ago and see him against Austin Theory today. I bet you that he could work just as well at real pro wrestling as he could at the modern style. Anyway, they did a bunch of back and forth stuff at the finish, ducking and kicking and swinging, and you could actually see the fans clapping and moving as well as hearing the audio. So they were apparently into it, unlike normally when they're sitting on their hands. And then finally, Seth Franklin Rollins, foiled a pedigree and hit the curb stomp 1, 2, 3. And I knew he was going to lose. Theory loses again, but they were pushing him in a bizarre way with Vince, and I won't say too quick, but in a bizarre way with Vince, but at least they were pushing him. And now, since Vince has been gone, I don't think he's beat his meat, much less anybody else. So I don't know what's going on, but I love this kid. But we were an hour in the show and it had 2 matches and a fight.
Yeah, I can't explain the booking either, unless, one day there's a documentary and he says, yeah, they spent a year trying to humble me because I was arrogant and I own it. And, he tries to blame himself for whatever. He's really talented. His promo was good, too, before the match.
Yeah, he could talk. He's got a little personality.
And I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a really good match. A lot of near falls. The crowd was reacting to everything, like you said. He's really, really good. And you look at him in there and he looks like a wrestler.
And just, again, he's young. And I not only saw, I first thought, the Austin Theory, he's a good looking guy. He's got the physique. You think of a guy in a long robe like that in the Territory days, or a ravishing Rick Rude, as he gets older. I saw Rick Rude. We worked with Rick Rude. I've told stories about that when he was the same age as this guy. And Jesus Christ, he couldn't hardly stick his thumb in his ass compared to what Theory is doing. And I'm not knocking Rick Rude because he became one of the best in-ring heels in the business. But that early, anyway,